This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
This is Nornagest of Enthroned, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
70,000 tons of metal, the world's biggest heavy metal cruise. January 29 to February 2nd, 2026. From Miami, Florida to Nassau, the Bahamas, and back. 5 days, 60 bands, one cruise ship, only 3,000 tickets. It's like everyone has a backstage pass. What are you doing next winter? Go to 70,000tons.com and book your ticket now.
How are you? Good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm just getting my questions up. It's early here. I'm trying to get rolling.
You need a coffee, man.
Yeah, coffee in hand. I'm ready to roll. How have you been?
Good. Like a bit of stress the last days. Like we had a hurricane hitting the south of Norway, and we were at the epicenter of the storm that followed. So that was pretty wild, to say the least. Here, so
you live near the coast.
Yeah. Well. Norway's kind of always near the coast in a way.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
Yeah, like especially with the fjords, you have the winds are going super fast. So this time we had like 33 kilometers a second.
Oh wow! Any damage? Or are you guys all good?
No, it's okay compared to most of the people. It's okay. Like we had probably just have to replace a piece of the wall from the living room.
Wow. That sucks.
Still okay compared to most people. Let's say we were very lucky. So.
Well, good. Last time I talked to you, you were doing something for my film on religion in metal. Remember that? Yeah.
Right. So that's true. Yeah. It was 7 years ago. So 6.
At least, yeah. It was you were still living in Belgium, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How has that move been, and how has it affected your writing and your process? Because now that's sort of like the motherland, right, for black metal.
Yeah, kind of. Like no, the process was cool. Was okay. Like I just have to get used to the weather. To be honest, like the difference is enormous compared to Belgium. Like in Belgium, we still have like 4 seasons. You know,
right.
Here it's like. Well, you have the dark season and the light season.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's the most extreme thing to get used to. Like in summer, it's daylight till 1:30 in the morning. Then start to get bright at 4 in the morning again. So it's like
crazy.
That's brutal.
Do you find that darkness though, that 24 adds to your your sort of songwriting and the whole Enthroned atmosphere?
Yeah, and no, like it doesn't change much, to be honest. But to get in the mood to write lyrics, yeah, maybe, like, you have more focus. I get more focus here in that period. Words come easier, like we have more time, obviously, in the dark period. So, yeah. That's definitely play a role in that part. Like musically, not so much. Like, but yeah, it's unconsciously it does. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think so, and I think probably that's why a lot of there's Norway and Finland sort of have more good metal bands per capita than like anywhere else in the world, right? I think that plays a lot into it.
Yeah, because they're fucking depressed.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Enthroned. Ashspawn is done now and released, December 5th, right?
Yeah.
What's been the early response to the video? Because I know I've been watching. I can't think what the name of it is now. The video,
Raviasamin.
and it's great. What's been the response? Let's talk about the music part of it first, then the video, because that's two different things, I think. But what's been the response to the music so far?
Pretty good, pretty good. Like we were a bit like not concerned because we don't give a damn about what people think, but we were kind of joking.
Right.
We were composing or recording the album because like people are gonna make faces because this song is still the most enthroned song of the album, I would say. Like most people will find it a bit more familiar than the rest of the album, I would say. But the answer has been really, really, the reactions have been really good so far. So, yeah.
So how do you pronounce it? Is it Raviasamin?
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about that video. That video is absolutely stunning. And from what I read, it was kind of done by hand and then imported into AI. Is that right?
No AI whatsoever.
Oh,
We are, in this band, we are anti AI when it comes to
good.
anything.
Right.
Everything has to be made by a person, like art, put feelings in it. So we knew we're gonna have reaction like, it's AI. Like, no, people learn to make the difference. It's nothing generated by a computer or anything of the sort. Everything in the video, what you see, has been drawn or crafted by hand, like physical object or like drawings that I made, or that Jose, the guy who did the artwork, made. And then Chris from Eye of Saros, who did the video clip, remade everything by hand in 3D, and it was a painful process.
I would imagine because it's stunning. Like I just watch it, even without the music, it's just stunning.
Yeah, the guy worked from morning till evening, weekend included, for 3 months, 3 full months. So everything is done by hand, obviously with a computer, but not by a computer.
Right.
So that's it. So it was something different, kind of daring to do, because it's not really something that has been done before, especially in black metal. But we wanted to give it a shot, because, there was some potential there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Like, so I had on my face screened from every corner, like to be put back in that video clip.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to see myself in that surrounding like this.
But even the guy who's walking around in the beginning, with his hands up, that's just such great stuff.
Yeah, well, he did. Chris did an amazing job. Like it was. I followed the process really closely with him. We worked really, really, really closely on that. And I was stunned to see what he could manage to make. It's really unbelievable. The details, it's just crazy. Yeah.
Right. So response has been good. Video's been great. Are there going to be more of those videos, or is that just a one-time thing because it's too much work?
Too much work and too little budget, let's say. So we had such a project costs quite some money to do. So
oh yeah.
So we did put everything we had in the recording of the album, and what was left, we invested, but we put everything in that video clip. Right. The next singles that will come out will just be audio, so maybe Miss will do something else. We'll see. But for now, video clip, just that one for.
Okay. So having survived personal loss, trend shifts, and generational changes in the black metal world, what does resilience mean to Enthroned now?
Well, we came to that point. We are not we're 20s anymore.
Right.
Like we've been doing that stuff for like over 30 years now, and we're still the same people inside, at the core. But age sharpens you a bit. So resilience is definitely there, even more than before. Like you can say, we became those stubborn old cunts, you know. So we keep on doing what we believe in, what is dear to us, without really much caring about what's going on around us.
Right.
So yeah, we are like that tick that you cannot remove. People have a tendency to get their nose in the stuff. If you don't like it, just don't mind it. But like, yeah, we're just there, that itchy little bastard thing, and we keep on being there until we decided ourselves like it's finished, because we do that for us before anything else. So the resilience is definitely.
So when you're writing, then, especially like follow-up records, do you think you don't really think about how if your fans are going to take the journey with you, or like you're not writing for them along the way, you're writing for yourself and hoping everybody catches on?
Well, let's put it this way. Like, since day one, I can speak for myself. Like I'm not going to speak for the others. Right. But I know, for example, that TKOS, the guitar player now, thinks is exactly the same way as I do. So when we compose, write music, and the lyrics and everything, it's so personal that it has to please us. We don't really think 1 second, oh yeah, but if we do that, people will like it. Like, no, we don't. Like, if we like it, that's how it's supposed to be.
What about on the flip side? Do you feel like you might offend somebody?
I don't give two crap. Like I do, like I said, I do that for myself. People like it, good, great. If they don't, same shit for me. Has always been the same thing since 92, 93, even before Enthroned. And that's something that it's a part of my personality, I think. And it's the same for my guys. We don't care. We have our opinions. We keep them to ourselves because we are not like those people who's going to shovel our opinions in the throat of others. Everybody think the way they want, but we think the way we want. So don't come to my door in my house and start to put your ideas here when they are not welcomed, Sure. And I'm the same, the same. It's education, So. Yes.
And I think I've seen that, you and I have dealt with other things in the past, and we're on that same sort of page, and we get along just fine. And there's no need for, me to come over there and tell you this, or you to tell me anything. But we could still drink coffee and have a conversation.
Right, exactly. That's why, like, mostly in the term, in terms of lyrics and concept, for example, in Enthroned, our lyrics and concepts are really more personal. It's always gonna be occult based, but because that's why the band was created,
right?
And it's our daily bread in our private life, not only when we deal with Enthroned, But I don't deal anymore so much with anti-Christianity or those terms because there's no point anymore. Like it was okay when I was younger. Still have my opinions about the church, of course.
Sure.
No, that didn't really change. But why should I write more about how much I hate them? They know I hate them.
Right. It's inherent.
I used to go and poke them again and again and again. They're like, hey, I hate you. No, fine. I have better things to spend my time on, and it's to deal with something that concerns me or my guys and go for spiritual and personal growth rather than to stay in the bucket of mud and splash everybody with it.
Right. You keep mentioning that, this is a very personal record. Do you ever feel like you put too much of yourself into it or you've been too vulnerable? Like, shit, I shouldn't have said that? No,
because I work on those albums, on those lyrics for over years. So I have the time to go through everything. And if I'm not satisfied with something or whatever, I'm not going to release that, And if I go too far in that, no, once again, I share with my guys, like they know everything before. They know every inch of every lyric, every word of every lyrics, everything, what everything means. So if they don't agree with it, we find a kind of compromise.
Sure.
Don't like it? you know. So,
I have the pen. That's the compromise, right?
no. But joke aside, no. I would never go too deep. I would never reveal too much because it's not how I am, and I'm not that kind of a victim or like a crybaby or blah blah blah. No, there's a place for personal growth and acceptance, and is a part of being an adult, and not trying to look at to be like the toughest and the strongest all the time. That's just putting a mask and just playing a role, and that's not who I am.
Right.
So.
On the same token, though, there is some sort of catharsis when you're writing this stuff, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even, I mean, I know from a listener, but I think from your standpoint as well, when you're in that vocal booth, it's got to be cathartic as hell, right?
Yeah, but that when I'm recording, especially the vocals, especially on this album, it was kind of interesting. I was reliving all those lyrics, And I saw those guys on the other side of the window, like I see just the producer, and I just see that coming, like, like, and I was like, what? Like, fuck, man, that's brutal, like,
right?
Yeah, and because when I'm recording, I'm just reliving every single word that I wrote. So if it's like about a certain situation that I lived, or whatever, I'm gonna put myself like in that very moment. And the funny part, like sometimes you have like that feeling, but as well, like you split yourself in two, and you have a objective view on the situation, and that person puts his opinion on the same time. So it's like a big chaos in my head at that moment. But yeah, I guess that's when those white faces jumped out of the window.
Does that happen when you're playing those songs live too? Does it all jumble in your head?
All the time, man. All the time.
Is it tough to deal with, or you kind of just submit to it and go?
No, I surf the wave. I go with it.
Surf the wave.
Yeah.
In your corpse paint, you're surfing the wave.
Oh yeah, man. Embrace the lunacy on that moment. Like you have to. It's a part of who we are, and you have to embrace every aspect of it. So.
Okay. So I know it's very personal, and it's black metal, and it's you're writing because you're doing it for yourself. But is there something you want your fans or listeners to take away from after listening to Ashspawn, or even that single?
That's a question like I never really asked myself. So, well, I would say like just that they would make their own opinion of it, their own feeling of it, just feel the flow of it, I guess, And you like it, great. You don't like it, that's my opinion in general.
Okay. So. Can we dig a little bit deeper?
Sure, go for it.
So Ashspawn feels like a culmination of decades of evolution and conviction through Enthroned's career. How did the band balance the intellectual esotericism with the raw chaos that defined Enthroned's earlier years?
Well, as a man, you grow. That's it. Like before, we've been through so many. To make it simple, like everything that could happen to a band happened to us. So at some point we thought like we were cursed. So, but nah, it's just like the mix of very weird personas and people. Sometimes the best ones, sometimes the worst ones. But you grow, you learn from those things and. From those events and grow with it. Yep. Learning from them to grow. Like life is made of obstacles, and those obstacles, those are the challenges, made to be vanquished or overcome, and that's kind of the goal there in life. That's my personal vision of it. So. Yeah, and that's what I learned as well through my study of the philosophy and occultism and spirituality in general. So put those studies in practice in my everyday life. So now I'm a way calmer person than I was back then, but still have the chaos inside, but it's more controlled, basically.
Right. Fair enough. That makes sense. So I've got a couple out of the box questions I want to ask you in a minute, but before that, are you planning on taking Enthroned down the road?
Well, we took the decision. Actually, it's a big thing that we didn't make public yet. So basically, the last years, people noticed that we were less present live. So we basically decided to make ourselves a bit more discreet on that side, simply because there are several reasons. First of all, we all have our lives now.
Sure.
Not that we calm down, like we put us in. No, we're still the same dedicated people and everything. But we have responsibilities as well. We have mortgages on our houses.
Right.
We have families. And everything.
Sure.
Things that the younger audience will not understand. Oh, they become, they're losing the flame. Well, when you will have a mortgage on your house and go on tour for a month and come back with less money that you had before leaving.
Right.
And then your family and yourself are threatened to be on the street to play sometimes shows in front of 20 idiots or great people, depending on the venue.
Right.
You know, well, you are going to think things twice. So there's that part of the things. But also, like I was just saying as well, like, for example, touring the US became simply impossible.
Yeah, too
And
much
now,
money.
yeah, it's not even losing money there. It's an investment, literally. So it's not possible. And on top of that, people will have to pay, I don't know how much for a ticket, a concert ticket to see a band, you know. So that's not something we want. Like if Americans want to see a band, they will have to cross the border in Canada. Or it's sad. It's fucking sad. But it's like that. And same with now I saw this week with the merchandise. Like with the tariffs that Trump did put on everything. Like nothing against Trump, nothing for Trump here. But, you know, that was like, wow. Like I had an order from an American fan, ordered one patch. And Norway has a big tariff for the US, from the US. So we are a bit... wow. So it was about like $60 to send a patch to US. So imagine the guy who wants to, I'm going to order it, you know, and it ended up being like about like what, $80 for a patch? So
it's not sustainable, right?
It's just ridiculous. But that said, we still play shows, but we are more selective. And, but touring, we're going to do some mini tours like South America, some dates in Europe, maybe Asia if it's okay, but mostly like single shows.
70,000 tons?
We don't know yet. Like we have to see that. So we were there.
Have you guys done it before?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
I go every year to cover it for the show. I'd love to see you guys there.
Yeah, well, we played there. Like it was 2014, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember that far back.
Which was really a weird experience, pleasant, but very weird experience.
Yes.
Like having metal fans like in the bathtub, like in a jacuzzi.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Like in the jacuzzi watching Venom playing in front of you. Like well, it's a bit surreal for me, but yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Interesting.
And I think that works because you don't have to have a visa, right? Because you can go right onto the boat and play. I think. I think there's some weird loophole where you can not, as long as you don't play in the States and you play like 12 miles out or some bullshit, you can play.
Back then it was easier with the visas even. So yeah, last time we were in the States were for Maryland Death Fest, so like a few years ago, 2014, 15, I forgot.
Okay. So I've got a couple out of the box questions. If you don't like them, we just move on, but they're not tricky. They're just interesting. You guys have long treated black metal as an act of vindication rather than a performance. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel that the ritual has begun to take you as the offering and is now consuming the creator?
Absolutely not. On the contrary. Like, why would I deal with those things if they were consuming me or like having any kind of negative effect on my life? Of course, when you delve into these type of things, you're gonna fall on your face, and it bloody hurt in every way you can imagine. But the thing with every challenges in life, stand up, learn from your mistake, go forward. If not, why are you even dealing with those things? So, no. This is like a fuel that keeps on adding itself on the fire, if I can express myself correctly.
All right, perfect. The album speaks of destruction and rebirth as cyclical acts. You were just talking about that a little bit ago. If the band itself were to undergo symbolic death again, what part of Enthroned's identity would you willingly sacrifice to ascend to a higher artistic plane?
The live element. Because it's public sharing. You know, I love playing shows. Don't get me wrong. I love playing shows. That's where I'm like a fish in a fucking ocean there. But if I had to sacrifice one thing in the whole thing, that would be that. Because it's like the public side of the band. You know, the band Enthroned has always been something very personal, like obviously I said several times during this interview. So I don't expect people to understand, to like it, because it's something personal. But I will never trade or give away the music that I make with certain people, the concept, the sonic wave, nothing. And if there would be one liable thing, would be the live element.
You good with one more?
Go for it.
If Ashspawn were not a record but an actual ritual artifact, what form would it take? A text, a weapon, or something unclassifiable that only exists between worlds?
Funny that you ask. Ashspawn was actually written, took quite a while to write this album. Actually, a big part of it was supposed to be a book. So it's like it would be like a grimoire that is a weapon, and anyone who deals with a higher level magic knows that a grimoire, even not the most extreme one, is still a weapon. So that would be like a mix of those two, like a weaponized book.
Fair enough.
For the people who are gonna buy the album itself, not downloading the album, all the layout is made in that context, in that objective. Every detail was made by hand in the booklet, and is built
as a book. Exactly. So, is there a book? Is the book still in the works, or has that kind of just been all melded into this?
Like it was supposed to be a part of an essay, a book that I wrote some time ago. Half of it was published already as an essay, and the rest was a book that was supposed to be published, not by me, but by Gilles de Laval, or the American author. Mm-hmm. And we worked in collaboration with Gilles for those lyrics for this album. So,
okay. That brings me to the end. Did I miss anything you wanted to cover?
I think it's pretty good.
I was kind of all over the place. Sorry, I just like to talk and be
different. But it's like a conversation, so it's all fine. It's all good.
It was really good seeing you, my friend. I do love the single, and I'm looking forward to the record. And
oh, you're gonna love it. Like it's a bit different from the rest of what we did. Most definitely the most intense album we ever did. Yeah. So a lot of dynamic, and even the process of recording was different. So Like we went back to the 90s in a way, 80s, like with the analog type of sound, which give way more dynamic, and because today everything's the same, a bit. So
did you use tape or you just used simulators?
The tapes, normally we were supposed to use them, but they appear to be a bit too expensive these days.
Yeah.
We were shocked. Like we were like, oh hell no! Like it was like half the budget just for the tapes,
right?
Which is insane. So no, we worked a lot to get the sound that was getting close, if possible, to analog. Right. So that was painstaking work to do that. Unbelievable. So
but here we are, and I mean, if the record is anything like the single, you succeeded, and it was probably worth all of the work, right? Because it's great.
Yeah, but it's a very diverse album, so you have a lot of brutality, but you have some mid-tempo part here and there, and better to check out yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate all you do. Thank you for your contributions to the metal world, and it's always great talking to you, man.
Well, thank you. Likewise, man.
Hey, be well. Good luck with the record. And if you make 70K, it's because of me. I put it out in the air, and you owe me a beer.
Okay, no worries. Even a whiskey Coke if you.
All right, we'll see you, my friend. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.